weight on our shoulder for real.
So, fast forward a little bit, you and Numbskull parted ways. You went on the solo tip. So let everybody know, how did you approach doing it as a solo thing? How was it when you got into the studio and you did it for yourself?
Well, basically, when I was doing the Looney project, I had a lot of hands-on with that thing too. So going solo wasn't really nothing, because at the Looney project I was coming up with the hooks and coming up with the ideas and stuff to rap about and write about. So me being solo, it was easy. I just had to write another verse instead of just writing a 16 and an 8. I had to write 3 verses. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I always came up with the hook. I got 5 on the hook, but I just didn't sing it. Mike Marshall sung it. So,
right.
I mean, that's why I got my deal. Jay Prince seen me in the studio working on the Looney second album, Lunatic Music, by myself. I mean, literally putting it together. While my partner was, out partying and doing what he wanted to do, I was in the studio putting it together. So on the strength of that, they was like, man, you need to be solo. You're doing it by yourself anyway. So that's basically how I got my deal. You know what I mean? So some people seeing my work ethics in the studio,
And definitely the fans can feel and appreciate your work ethic. Several solo albums later, definitely you're still a big name and very relevant in the industry. Now, you come from the Bay Area, and as I spoke to Jack last week, we spoke about the East Coast, the Midwest, the down south, the West Coast, but the Bay seems to have its own niche market where I know a lot of you guys sell crazy units just in your areas alone. Why is it, do you think, though, that a lot of the Bay artists, I mean, you've had your Too Shorts, your E40s and whatnot, why hasn't the Bay expanded like more on a national level? Why do you think that is?
Because a lot of us don't got the big deals.
Right.
I mean, like a lot of Bay Area dudes, we do it independently by ourselves. So, I mean, it speaks for itself. I mean, how far are you gonna get independent? Without that big push from the major labels. They made it like that, to where you gotta have a certain amount of millions up in your project, or you ain't gonna be able to survive in a world with the big labels putting X amount of millions and all this stuff. So, I mean, it's hard to be noticed, when you outshine by that. But at the end of the day, man, in the Bay Area, we very relevant.
But it seems like you guys approach the music differently. Like, it seems like you guys got a true love with the culture, the whole hip-hop movement, the way you approach it. I think maybe the fact that it isn't so much on a national level has kept you guys grounded and really in for the love of the music.
Right. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, Bay Area, we're going to support us because, I mean, we rapping about us. You know what I mean? Like, people want to hear stuff they going through, stuff about their city, about their town, about, things they doing. So, of course, your hometown going to support you if you repping that.
Definitely. Let the people know, because a lot of people here are listening throughout Canada on the World Wide Web. Got to say what up to everybody that's tuned in, logged on at K103radio.com. And give us a little insight on what the Bay Area is like. What is the scene like?
Oh, man, a lot of people on the grind, man. Yeah. Everybody out there, independent artists, a lot of people hustling, a lot of people pimping. I mean, it's like every other city, you know what I mean? You got the grimy, you got the criminals, you got the gangsters, and you got the people, the blue tie people, you know what I mean, that really do their thing and behind the offices doors and stuff. So, I mean, basically, we don't do no gang banging out there. It's strictly, about money and being a player and being a hustler. And, man, out there is like the mecca, all the little slang words, all the little dancing and stuff that come from the Bay Area, man. All the little slang words, the fashizi, the manizzles, all that stuff come from the Bay Area, man. And a lot of people use it and never give, love and respect to where it came from. You know what I mean? Also, a lot of the dancing that's going down, that crump and what that's called, jerking, and you know what I mean? People down south doing their little dances, man. All that's hyphy, man.
Yeah, the hyphy movement, I hear you.
Different forms of being hyphy or getting hyphy. So, I mean, a lot of stuff we influence, man. A lot of people don't give us our props, but Bay Area, man, is real original, man. We like the West Coast New York, man. We like the mecca of all the game. You know what I mean? A lot of people come and get game from us and still put it in their stuff and never give game. I mean, give the acknowledge or pay homage to where it came from. So that's how we are, man, in the Bay Area, man.
Definitely, and I hear that in your music. When I was put onto your music and listening to some Bay Area artists, didn't sound how I expected it to sound. I figured it would sound very West Coast, very LA sound. But you guys have a total different sound. It almost sounds a lot more Eastern to me. It's very lyrical, which is I noticed very musical.
The Bay Area, and we have fun with it too. It's a lot of party music. We very lyrical, and it's a lot of rider music. You know what I mean? Period. Like, we ain't on no gang banging and None of that. Not to say that LA ain't got people that got hard lyrics and you know, that spit, you know what I mean, real shit besides, excuse my language, real stuff besides the gang banging. I mean, we just, I don't know, we was taught about lyrics, man. We was taught to come with lyrics, period, man, from people like Souls of Mischief and the Funky Homo Sapien.
Right.
You coming up in the shadow of people like that. Yeah, I mean, you gotta rap. You know, people like 3 Times Crazy, you know what I mean? People like us, the Luniz, you know what I mean? Rap and rhyme, Bad Influence, you know, that we was lyricists, you know what I mean, back in the day. So, I mean, that's what we come up under, man. Everybody coming like, okay, man, these dudes is lyricists, so I gotta be a lyricist and be able to, you know, spit what I spit,
So definitely there was a standard to that everyone had to step up to rise to.
Exactly, it was a standard that was set way back in '93.
Damn, it's Street Sounds K103.7 FM. And in case you're just logging on, you're late, we have the one and only Yukmouth on the phone lines all the way live from the Bay Area, and he's putting it down. Dropped a brand new album last week, the West Coast Don. Let Montreal know a little bit about the brand new album.
Basically, it got mostly me on the album, as you would expect. But I got features from T-Pain, Ray J, Crooked Eye, Sibo, with a Baby Bash, Glass Malone, the Jacka, Keek the Sneak, Mr. Fab, Turf Talk. Who else on that thing, man? I got the Regime, Tech 9, of course. You know, and it's basically me though, you know what I mean? And it's basically like a West Coast album, you know what I mean? Not just talking about the Bay Area, not just talking about LA, but talking about the whole West from Seattle on down to AZ, you know what I mean? I just put the whole West on. It's basically taking the listener on a trip through the West Coast. If you ain't been to California, and you ain't been to Portland, you ain't been to Seattle, you ain't been to AZ or Vegas out there, I tell you about the parts that people ain't been talking about. You know, where to go, where not to go, what to do and what not to do. So it's basically taking a listener on the trip through the whole West Coast. That's why it's called the West Coast Done. It's back to that storytelling, NWA type rap. You know, that informational reality rap, just letting people know, like, this is how it's popping out here. You know, don't come out here lollygagging, don't come out here playing. Come up here on, you know what I mean, with your game face on. Your poker face on, not your joker face. So that's basically what the album is doing. And I ain't did an album like that in a long time, like since Thugged Out the Albalation. So I just wanted to take it back to that informational storytelling gangster rap that people can relate to, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of partying going on, there's a lot of, you know, it's a lot of fictitious stuff going on, you know, police and stuff that are top rappers, you know, snitches that are top rappers, you know, people kissing on each other that are top rappers. There's a lot of fraudulent stuff that's going on, you know what I mean? So it's back to take it to the real, you know, the realness, you know, where there ain't no fraudulent, you know what I mean? You just get the straight real.
I think that's something that's lacking heavily in hip-hop today. As someone that has been in hip-hop from the mid-90s, has had huge hits, what do you think about the hip-hop scene right now? Like, what do you think about it right now, the road that it's on?
It's extra garbage. Not like only because of the music, but it's garbage because of just the feel for it. I mean, records ain't selling no more. These labels giving out these ridiculous deals, these 360 deals where they take everything, they want a piece of everything. I mean, it's just totally whack right now, literally. Not just people not buying CDs, just everything is just whack. Not just the music, everything is whack. That's why you got so many rappers retiring and stuff. Like, literally, it's messed up right now. It takes the whole fun out of being an artist. Like, it used to be fun.
Yeah.
It was just business.
Right.
It used to be fun to get in there and go in the studio, fun to go on tour, fun to do this. Now it's just business because you're so worried if your album's gonna sell, or if you know what I mean, or if you're on a label, you're worried if you're gonna get dropped, or you're worried. So it's business. It ain't fun no more. So at the end of the day, it's kind of whack to me, man. So I'm just, you know, man, I'm an independent artist, so that label stuff will never affect me. You know what I mean?
So what keeps you motivated, Yukmouth? What keeps you going and excited about the hip-hop thing?
My fans, man.
Yeah.
Fans keep on, you know, everywhere I go, you know, like, everywhere I go is a fan with this tattoo, with this dragon tattoo, my logo, you know, the logo for the regime, man. Everywhere I go, I done been to New Zealand, people with the tattoo. I done been to Australia, people with the tattoo. Germany, people with the tattoo. London, people with the tattoo. And they like, yuck, we want it, yuck, man, the regime, yuck, come on, keep coming with it, we love you, woo, 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 woo. So people done got branded in blood. you know, for my movement.
That's serious.
And that's what keep me lit, man. My fans that keep the movement lit. They doing this around the world, not just in the States. So this movement is worldwide. It's bigger than me. You know what I mean? It's bigger than the regime. So we got to keep pushing. You know what I mean? So that's my push. You feel me?
Well, definitely. We're glad that you making that music and continuing on and on. You got some huge fans here. Jacka, when I spoke to him last week, he was very surprised that Canada, Montreal to be exact, was even aware of Bay artists. But you guys seem to have like a cult following where people seek you out and get involved in your music. And I had a couple guys in the studio right now, and they very much want to know how you felt.